This is why you're still stuck. Have you ever wondered why, despite your goals, your vision, and your effort, you're still stuck? Why your progress feels more like treading water than swimming forward? You're not alone. Right now, across the world, millions of people are feeling the same way. Frustrated, confused, burnt out, chasing something that always seems just out of reach. They say they want change. They believe they're working toward it. But months go by, years even, and nothing really shifts. The truth is, most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they don't understand what's really holding them back. Today, we're going to dig deep into the real reasons you're still stuck. Not the surface level ones, but the hidden ones. The ones that quietly sabotage you from the inside. Once you see them clearly, you won't be able to ignore them anymore. Let's begin. Think about a time you were motivated, fired up. Maybe it was the start of a new year, or you watched a video that lit something in you. For a few days, maybe even weeks, you were on it. Eating better, working harder, reading more, waking up earlier. You felt the change, but then slowly, you slid back. The spark faded. You didn't even notice at first. But soon, you were right back where you started. The problem isn't motivation. It's that we've built our lives around habits and identities that are working against us. One of the biggest reasons you're still stuck is you're waiting for the feeling to act. You wait to feel ready. You wait to feel inspired. You wait for clarity. But action doesn't follow feeling. It's the other way around. Action leads to feeling. You don't need motivation to move. You need movement to create motivation. If you only act when it feels right, you'll only make progress when life lines up perfectly. And life rarely does. The successful ones, they've trained themselves to act regardless of mood. They've built discipline into their day so that action becomes automatic, not optional. And here's the second reason you restuck. You re-addicted to starting over. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But look closely. Every time you set a new goal, every time you decide to start from scratch, you get a rush, a dopamine hit. It feels good to plan, to dream, to tell people you're about to change your life. But the moment things get difficult or boring, you quit and look for something new to start. It's not growth you're chasing, it's the feeling of starting. But real progress isn't shiny, it's repetitive. It's waking up and doing the work after the excitement is gone. It's boring, and that's what makes it rare. Now let's talk about another trap. You're trying to change results, not systems. You want to lose weight, make more money, write a book, so you focus on the outcome. But you ignore the structure underneath, your daily habits, your environment, your routines. The outcome is just a reflection of your systems. If your system is broken, your result will be too. Want to change your life? Stop asking, what do I want? Start asking, what habits does that version of me have? Then build your system around that answer. The results will follow. Here's a hard truth most people miss. Your comfort is costing you. We live in a world that sells comfort as the goal. Convenience, ease, avoid pain. But growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from resistance. Just like muscles grow under pressure, so does your mindset, your skills, your life. If everything in your day is designed to make things easier, you are training yourself to stay the same. You're stuck because you've built your environment to protect you from discomfort. That Netflix binge, that endless scroll on your phone, that habit of avoiding difficult conversations. These aren't just distractions, they're anchors. The people who move forward are the ones who lean into the friction. They use discomfort as a compass, not a warning sign. If something feels hard, it probably means you're growing. But even discomfort alone isn't enough. Let's look deeper. One reason you're still stuck is you're lying to yourself, and you dare even realize it. You say you don't have time, but you do. You've just chosen to give it to something else. You say you don't know what to do, but deep down you do. You're just afraid it might not work. Or worse, that it might. So you hide behind confusion. You wait, you research, you overthink, you call it planning. But it's procrastination dressed up as productivity. This is called strategic delay, and it's one of the smartest lies we tell ourselves. You create the illusion of effort while avoiding real movement. And then there's fear, not the obvious kind, but the fear of outgrowing your old life. You think fear is what's keeping you stuck. But it's not fear of failure that holds you back. It is fear of change, to what happens when you succeed, of who you'll become. You worry about losing friends, about standing out, about no longer having an excuse. So when you change, you threaten the version of yourself you've been living with for years. Success sounds good in theory, but in practice, it means responsibility, accountability, ownership, and that can be terrifying. So you self-sabotage, not with one big mistake, but with 1,000 small ones. You sleep in, you skip the workout, you delay the phone call, you don't speak up, you say yes when you mean no. And slowly, without even noticing, you pull yourself back down. But here's the truth. You are not lazy, you are not weak, you're not incapable. You're stuck because your mind is trying to protect you from risk, from change, from failure. But what your mind doesn't understand is this. Staying the same is also a risk. One day you'll wake up and wonder where the time went. You'll look back and see all the moments you could have acted but didn't. So how do you break the cycle? First, create clarity. Vague goals create vague results. Get specific about what you want, not someday, not eventually. Now, what does the next version of you look like? What time do they wake up? What do they tolerate? What do they let go of? Next, build identity-based habits. Don't say I want to run. Say I am a runner. Don't say I want to be productive. Say I'm someone who finishes what they start. When your habits align with who you believe you are, consistency becomes easier. Then, design your environment to win. Make good habits obvious. Make bad ones hard. Want to read more? Keep a book on your pillow. Want to eat better? Clear the junk food out of your kitchen. Don't rely on willpower. Rely on structure. So also track progress, not perfection. You won't be perfect. You'll slip. But progress is about direction, not speed. 1% better every day may not feel like much, but over time it changes everything. And most of all, surround yourself with accountability. You need people who push you, who remind you of your standard, who challenge your excuses. Growth doesn't happen alone. It's forged in community. Find one. Build one. Be one. You see, being stuck isn't the end. It's the beginning. If you choose it to be, it's the wake-up call, the pivot point. The moment you stop settling for the illusion of effort and start taking ownership of your life, you don't need more motivation. You need a mirror. You need to face the truth about the gap between who you are and who you want to be, and then decide today that you are done living on repeat. Your future isn't waiting. It's being shaped by every decision you make right now. So take the step, no matter how small, no matter how uncertain. The only way out is through. We've waited long enough. It's time to move.